We're now going to learn how the extend method works. It's similar to append, but it allows you to add many new items to the end of a list in place. So let's see how this is done. So here is our current list, a list. And let's say I have another list over here. We'll call it list 2. And we'll just say 1, 2, 3, like this. So let's say I want to add or append each of these items to my current list. So I want to put 1, 2, 3 at the end of a list. So the way to do this is with extend like this. And all I do is I pass in the list that contains all of the items I want to append to the end. And now I'm going to press Shift Enter, which executes the cell. Again, nothing is output. That's because a list has been mutated in place. So in order to see the list, we have to put it in its own cell. And so there we go. We have a list is now has these 3 values appended to it. Now, the extend method does not allow you to just append one item. That's what append is for. So you have to use something called an iterable object. So I'll tell you which objects are iterable and which are not right now. So let me just show you how not to use extend. So if I try to add, say, a single number like 10 with extend, I'm going to get an error. If I try to use a float like this, I will get an error. If I try to extend a Boolean, I will get an error. It's saying the objects are not iterable. Okay, so iterable objects in Python allow you to step through them one item at a time. So lists are iterable, and we will go deeper into what this means later on. But for now, you just have to know that you can go from one object or one item to the next item to the next item. So lists are iterable objects. Integers are not. So even though you can have an integer with multiple digits, doesn't mean it's iterable. You cannot go from one digit to the next. The integer itself is just an entire number. Same with floats. These are not iterable. You can't go from one digit to the next. Same for a Boolean. You can't just go one to the next. Now, what is interesting is that strings are iterable objects. So you can go from one character to the next character to the next character, and you can pass them into extend. So I will now pass this string into extend. You might be a little surprised of what will be returned over here. So it has added A, B, C to the end of the list, but look, it has added them as separate items. So the string A, the string B, and the string C. So 3 new items have been added to the end of the list. So it's uncommon to do this, but I just wanted to show you that since a string is iterable, each one of those individual characters will be added as a separate item. All right, so the most common way to use extend is with another list like this. So you want to add many new items to the end of your list. Then you use extend and you pass it in that other list, and you'll get those new items, at the end of that list. So extend you use with an iterable. Append you use when you want to do one item only. Okay, so that's the difference between append and extend.